Hey, welcome to Will I Continue Anime, where we break all the anime rules. I'm your ecstatic host, F. Mary Gamer. Let's get to talking.
Yoko, you must release this power. Please, Madam Yoko. Please, Madam Yoko.
No! That spell is way too embarrassing! There's no way I can do it here, no way!
Yes, you can, Yoko. You can do it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day, great afternoon, and great night. Whenever you decided to listen to this beautiful and astonishing and no mistake podcast. Yeah. We all know whoever listens. I always screw up every once in a while. Well, probably a lot. But anywho, welcome. We're going to be discussing Bastard, which is a Netflix anime, and which looks like Netflix picked it up from the manga, so they brought it over to be an anime. Who go figure? Netflix trying to find something and trying to make it into a cartoon versus the manga. But hey, hope everybody's doing good. This anime is actually, we're going to get into a little bit more, but I actually kind of liked it, and I probably spoiled it and what's going to happen in the future, but you know what? I can't help it. I actually had fun watching this anime. It actually caught me off guard as to how much I liked it. So I'll just go nitty gritty and get a little bit of story. Bastard is basically in this first episode. It's about an extremely powerful wizard who has been reincarnated and contained in a young boy's body, whose name is Lucian. And the funny thing is, the only way to release the wizard is by a virgin maiden kiss. Yeah, that's basically the gist of the whole story, or the whole first episode. Yeah, it goes into the backstory. It was okay. It's kind of, but your basic, something happened, yada yada yada, something, dark, scary, and my Windows thing pops up, of course. Thanks, Windows. But anywho, I don't know if you caught that on the recording, but it might have. But yeah, so basic, backstory, something bad happening, something good, the evil, fight each other, and then something happens, yada yada yada. But it was okay. But what got me going is this I wouldn't say non-stop, but there was so much action in this first episode, where you have this big huge battle. You have this ogre and this other evil wizard trying to take over this kingdom or this castle, where our lady, or our princess Sheila, who is a princess of Metallicana, get this, a metal castle or kingdom. It kind of goes with the theme, because basically the whole theme is like heavy metal, Darth, fantasy, raw, but yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, so it's the main characters are kind of seen, which there's probably going to spread out more, and you probably get to know these characters more after this first episode. One is Lucian Rinlin. Lucian Rinlin is actually the reincarnation of this evil dark wizard that his friend Tianoti Yoko, who is the priestess daughter of who actually, so Yoko, I'll get it right here eventually, I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. Yoko actually is the daughter who the priest who captured the evil dark wizard and reincarnated into Lucian. Now, it's kind of weird because trying to wrap your brain around this, Lucian, to give the backstory or the kind of paint a picture of who Lucian is. Lucian is kind of a younger boy who's whiny, scared of, probably looks like a fly, and he's just whining through this whole thing because, like I said earlier, you have this dark wizard and goblins, huge giant goblins. They're coming in trying to take over the kingdom. They're killing everybody. And the scenes, the animation, this was so good. In my opinion, it was blood everywhere, squirting over the giants and stepping on people. Oh, it was so good. Oh, but yeah, it's totally metal. But yeah, it's really good. But yeah, so it's so funny that Lucian is the reincarnation of this evil wizard. And when we come find out, whenever of course, the wizard, in order to unlock or bring out the wizard, the Lucian basically has to be kissed by a virgin, which is actually Yoko. So through this whole thing, Yoko does eventually do a thing, and up pops the most evil wizard, or like one of the strongest wizards from my understanding, comes out, and it's Dark Schneider. And they go along the story of, he was basically one who almost took over the world almost. And her father is one who captured, or not captured, but kind of put him all in this, I guess, or made him a reincarnation. I don't know the whole idea of reincarnation, but he pretty much locks him away into this little boy in a way to bring him back is by his daughter's kiss, basically, who has to stay pure. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. It felt like it was like a 24-minute episode, but it was good. It didn't feel like it was 24 minutes. I felt like 5 minutes was over with. I was like kind of sad of how it just flew by. But yes, I guess that's kind of enough of me gushing over it. I'm trying not to give too many key moments. Right now I liked it. I loved the heavy metal theme. I loved the music in the background. It almost felt not non-stop action, but it almost felt like that almost in a sense, because I was so kind of in tune into it. It had so much fear, so much anticipation. It's just all these different emotions that hit you in the first episode. Almost kind of reminded me of Goblin Slayer, but not the darker side of that first episode, Goblin Slayer. Those who watched it know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was so good. It got my blood pumping. Just how the characters were, like how whenever Dark Schneider was released, how they animated him to display the power that he has when he was casting spells against that other dark wizard. It just kind of, I don't want to say blew my mind, but I love the color they use. I love the animation of how you see them kind of charging up with their spells, and how it was good. And I'm hoping that the whole series is going to be that way. I couldn't really find, when I was watching and thinking about it, too much that I didn't like about it. Now, there is a lot of, I should say, fan service. But, it kind of goes with the whole metal theme. Kind of like 80s, early 90s, heavy metal, I guess kind of, I'm trying to think of a way to explain it, like roadies, kind of like stuff. I don't know, it was good. I love the animation. I mean, a lot of fan service, which I don't mind at all. But yeah, it was pretty good. It did do to kind of fill in of how who Yoko was, because we don't know too much about Lucian other than, of course, he is the reincarnation of Dark Schneider. So they're kind of like when Dark Schneider comes out, he kind of knows. He knows what Lucian has gone through. Basically, he lives in him, I guess. He knows how nice Yoko is. He knows how people have treated him. He kind of comes out, understanding all this, and he even says, pretty much. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, he kind of feels what Lucian feels, but he can't do anything about it because he's stuck and trapped in Lucian's body. But yeah, it's pretty good. But it does good in filling backstories with Yoko and her father, who is a priest, and the father is saying, well, Yoko, you've got to stay pure, you've got to stay blah blah blah, because in order to release the dark wizard, you have to stay pure, and you only release him when you need to, and like kind of at a dire state, emergency purpose only, pull string, But yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, it does a good enough kind of just that first episode, gives you a little backstory, kind of fills in who her father was, kind of reason what she's there for, and the intent of him trying to keep her pure. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't find anything that I didn't like about it. The animation was good. I felt like a good 80s 90s hair theme going on. Heavy metal music going on, like action, quite a bit of action with how the ogres were going through the kingdom, destroying things. That was pretty good. But yeah, I guess it feels like I'm gushing about it. Not gushing about it. Ooh. But like kind of just praising it the first episode. But I don't know, it just felt like it got more. It's been a while since I've had kind of excitement and like felt kind of really into an action anime. I'm trying to think of the last time I felt that way about this kind of. I'm not huge in blood and gore, but this got me pumping, man. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I definitely want to say that, as you can tell, I'm gonna continue watching this. I have not watched the second episode, of course, but I'm really curious on how it ends and how this first episode ends to where it's gonna go. Like, I'm really curious on how they're playing how Lucian is this young innocent boy who whines about everything, which sometimes whining really does get on my nerves. But how this is, it kind of has a good contrast of how young innocent Lucian is, and then whenever Dark Schneider comes out, you see the complete polar opposite. He's a man of evil, man of power, very egotistical, very confident, arrogant, believes everybody's beneath him, that kind of. It's a great contrast of how those two are, and yet they're embodied in one. They're both embodied in one body. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, it's got me kind of like, oh, cool. And then you got this girl who's kind of stuck, trying to protect the younger boy who's kind of like doesn't have any confidence, doesn't have any strengths. And then she knows if she just gives him a little kiss, then the most powerful wizard, almost it feels like, in the entire kingdom or world at that point, is, she can get him out, get that, and get him out, and it's just crazy. I don't know, I can't think of anything right now that kind of goes from polar opposites. I'm trying to think of in my last time I watched it, he had polar opposites of one person acting both. Innocent, not strong, and then goes to complete opposite once power released to like egotistical. But yeah, I will definitely continue this, and I can't wait to start watching the second episode. But yeah, you tell me what you guys think. If you guys watch this, would you continue? Please put in the comments. Subscribe to YouTube. This will be on most of your major podcast links. Oh, it's not links, but platforms. And follow me on Spotify, I guess Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. But yeah, thanks for listening. This is Will I Continue? And like I said, let me know if you're going to continue. All right, till later. Bye, guys.